It's early spring here in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and one of the sure signs of spring, sadly, is that all the plastic Walmart bags are in full bloom along the highways. It's kind of the downside. But on the positive side, the bluegills should be nice and shallow, and we're hoping to go out and try to find a few. Hey everybody, Dave Knetter here from Knetter's Practical Outdoors, and we're going to go out and try to find some shallow water bluegills. But before we do, I thought I'd show you one of my favorite ways to rig up and catch these fish. Casting bubble works real well, pulls through the water nice, works real good for shallow fish. Just a plain Aberdeen hook, no jig head for this kind of situation, longer shank. Can pop it out of the bluegill's mouth real quick and get back to fishing. But the one thing I like to do, I like to thread on just one of these little power bait, power wigglers, or grubs, or any other kind of plastic with a little bit of scent. I pull it right up over the eye of the hook, cover up the knot. It gives it a little bit of profile, a little bit of bulk, a little bit of color. And then one of the things I like to do then is then just tip it with a wax worm, or you can use a regular worm also, that'll work just fine. But wax worms work pretty good, they stay on the hook pretty good. And that's a nice light presentation. A bluegill can come up and just kind of suck that in. Works really well for me. So go out and give it a try for some shallow bluegills. That's what we're going to do. And along with this casting bubble and the wax worm setup, we're going with real light spinning gear. I believe we got 4-pound test on here. Decent bluegill, give you a nice little fight on a rod like this. And another thing I like to do is every once in a while I like to go kind of old school, and we may even break out the Zebco 33 Classic. See if we can get a few bluegills on this. Take me back about 40 years. So see how it goes.
He's not the fish I was going for.
Right.
Just a feisty one, maybe. There it is. It's heavier than the other.
Decent one, Nick. Yeah, it's a real good one. So as you can see, we were able to find a few bluegills the other night. We got all those fish on the rigs I showed you at the beginning of the show. The only difference was some of them came on slip bobbers, but you know, as shallow as we were fishing, it really didn't matter. Slip bobbers, casting bubble, we could have used regular bobbers, really didn't matter. And you know, we got them on wax worms and regular worms, and heck, we even got a few on the Zebco 33 Classic, so that was great. But the shallow water was key. The dark bottom, southern exposed areas, shallow, that's where the active fish were. And those areas were 2 to 3 degrees warmer than the rest of the lake. And so it just goes to show you, there's really only 3 things that you need to know to consistently catch fish. And those 3 things are location, location, location. So remember this: hunt, fish, laugh, repeat. This is Dave Knetter from Knetter's Practical Outdoors. Thanks for watching, and God bless.